Alright, today guys, we're going to go over some ACRO basics. So we're going to start with our warm-up. So let's sitting down on our mat. Down onto our knees. We're going to start with our wrist drills and hand drills. So placing our hands down. We're going to start with hand push-ups. So we're going to lift up and down 8 times. And 8, and then coming forward into hands and knees. We're going to go rocking in circles. We're going to go 8 circles one direction. And 8 in the other direction. Now we want to keep our elbows locked out nice and tight whilst we're doing this to ensure that we get the most range of movement through the wrist. And 8. You're going to repeat that 3 times. So you're 8 and 8. And then we're going to move on to our elbows. So we're going to rotate our hands in. And then out. We're going to do 8. Again, repeating this 3 times. 8. Alright, shoulders. We're going to bring our right arm across. And we're going to place our hand on our forearm, shoulders away from ears. Holding for 10 seconds. And switching sides. Then we're going to take our arm up over our head. Place your left hand on your right elbow, chin off your chest and pull your ribs in. Trying to open up your shoulders. And then we're going to gently tilt off to the side and we're going to hold for 5 seconds. Back to our centre, swapping sides. Sitting nice and tall. And then tilting up to the side, 5 seconds. Back to our centre. We're going to do small arm circles. Going forward, we're going to do 5 forward and then 5 back. Backwards. And hands on our knees. We're going to do our neck exercises, so bringing our chin to our chest. And then looking up towards the sky. We're going to do 5. And then we're going to go ear to shoulder. So tilting ear to shoulder. Again, we're going to do 5. That's 4. 1 more each side. Alright, we're going to stand ourselves up. We're going to do our hip warm up this time. So we're going to go circles out, swap leg, bring our hips out. We're going to do 5 each side. One more each side. And now we're going to bring our hips in. So from out to in. Again, 5 of these. One more each side. Good work. Alright, now we're going to do it with our knees. We're going to warm our knees up. So placing your hands, slightly bent knees, and we're going to rotate small circles one direction. I'm going to do 10. Other side. And now we're going to sit down back on our mats. We're going to warm up our ankles with our point and our flex. So you're going to flex your toes back as far as you can and then point your toes. And we're going to flex and point. And again, we're going to do 10 of these. Just bringing the toes back The legs tight. And last one, point toes, and we're going to shuffle forward, lying down their backs. We're going to make small circles with our feet. Circles in to out. We're going to do 8 of these and change directions. Alright, and bending those legs, we're going to come up to sitting again. We're going to go for our flexibility, so sitting up nice and tall, we're going to reach arms up over our head. We're going to go for a pike stretch, reaching down, reaching those hands as far as we can. Taking a deep breath in, drawing ourselves back up. We're going to fold forward again, breathe out. And bring ourselves back up to sitting. We're going to move our legs out to straddle. Sitting up again nice and tall. We're going to bend over to our left. We want to try and reach towards our toes. Belly button goes to the center of the thigh. Holding for a few moments. Bringing ourselves back up to center. Bring ourselves down to the other side. And bringing ourselves back up. Now we're going to try and reach forward, arms up, reaching ourselves as far forward as we can. Taking a nice big deep breath in and out, and as you breathe out, try and sink a little bit lower, holding this position, and then gently walking your hands back in. Awesome. Alright, now we're going to go over some shaking drills. So I'll get everyone to lie down on their mats. We're going to start with our arms over our head. Reaching our legs nice and long, most important, keeping those legs squeezed at all times. We're going to lift into a dish position, but we're going to lift just our shoulders off the floor first. And then lower back down. And we're going to lift and lower. If this is too hard for us, we can bring our arms down and then lower. Lift and lower. Now we're going to lift and hold. We're going to hold for 10 seconds. And lower back down. Now we're going to do the same with our feet. So we're going to lift and lower. Trying to push the small of the back down onto your mat. Squeezing your glutes, pulling your belly button in through to your spine, ribs in, and then we're going to do the same and hold 10 seconds. And release. Now we're going to bring ourselves into a dish position. So we're going to lift our shoulders and our feet off the floor. If we need to make this slightly easier, we can bend our knees. Try and keep those arms down beside the body, shoulders off the ground, and release it down. Excellent work. We're going to roll ourselves over, laying down on our tummies. You're going to reach your arms over your head. Try and keep yourself as flat as you can. And we're going to start by lifting just our upper body off the floor. And again, lift and lower. We're going to do 2 more. And the same with our lower body. Lift and lower. Squeezing the glutes to help lift off the ground, keeping the body nice and tight, arms squeezed by your ears. 2 more. Now we're going to put those 2 together and we're going to lift both upper body and lower body off the ground. This is our arch position. Again, holding this for around 10 seconds. And lowering down. Good work. back up into the seat. Now we're going to move on to doing some counterbalancing exercises. Excellent. Alright, to start with, we're going to work on balancing between your partner. So you want to be able to trust your partner. So we're going to do a few things to help you gain the trust in your partner so that you guys know what you're doing. Most important thing with partner work is that both of you and your partner are ready. So counting down into your skills is important. Also going over a few basic terminology. So your base is the person that's generally on the bottom and your flyer is generally the person on the top. Now, base positions today, we've got two base positions. We've got L base and we've got plank position. So we're going to demonstrate L base first. So L base, legs are in the sky. Now, if your base has short hamstrings, you can place a pillow or a towel underneath the hips so that it makes this nice and flat. Then we're going to demonstrate the plank position, rolling over. Our plank position, we keep shoulders over our hands and we want to make sure our chest is angry cat as such. So thinking about an angry cat, nice and round, hips are flat, glutes are squeezed and bottom is tucked under. Feet can be placed either together or hip width apart, depending on how strong you are. I would recommend hip width. Thank you. Excellent. The grips that we're going to mainly use today is going to be called monkey grip. So what you do is you both grab each other's forearms as low as possible. We don't want to see anybody grabbing anybody by the elbows or the armpits. That's definitely not going to work. So we want to make sure we're grabbing them just around each other's wrists so that we can stay nice and strong and hold on to each other. Alright, first exercise. We're going to go toe to toe and we're going to counterbalance by leaning back. So come in as close as you can to your partner, make sure your grip's nice and strong, and then you're both going to lean back at the same time. Straightening the arms out, keeping our shoulders down. Sit, you want to make sure the body stays nice and tight, so squeeze your glutes, pull your belly button in. Alright, if you're feeling really fancy, you can let go with one hand, arm above. Nice. And other side. Nice. Making sure that you don't push your hips forward, because this could put you off balance and it means it makes it harder for your base to hold on to you. Alright, and then slow movements, yes, very slow movements. Alright, we're going to bring ourselves back in, so both of us bend our arms at the same time. Start position. Awesome. Alright, next one, we're going to go to a seated position. So we're going to lean back into our toe to toe. This time we're going to go down, we're going to try moving through this position. So we want to keep ourselves nice and strong. We're going to bend our knees, nice and slow. Maintaining that strong core position. Excellent. And again. Nice work. And back to start. Cool. Once you've maintained, well, once you've got those two down pat, then you can move on to the reverse. So we're going to do back to back. We're going to start with our feet just out from our shoulders. I recommend feet hip width apart. Interlace your arms together and make sure you're locked nice and tight. Again, staying nice and tight. And we're going to gently start lowering ourselves down in 3, 2, 1. All the way down, sitting on the floor. And then 3, 2, 1. We're going to lift ourselves back up, pushing up to standing. Alright, we're going to do 2 more of those. So 3, 2, 1. Down, nice and controlled. And 3, 2, 1. Pushing up. Good work. Alright, sit back in. Making sure that you both push at the same time is really important, so that's why I counted down into it. So making sure you're counting down into all your skills that we're going to be doing today, so that your base knows what you're doing and you know what you're doing. Alright guys, so we're going to do double plank now. So first, base is going to be on the bottom. So base, you're going to get into your plank position. So again, with our plank position, making sure our shoulders are over our hands. We've got our angry cat chest, so pushing our shoulders towards the sky and making sure our hips are tucked under and forward glutes squeezed. Cool. Feet want to be hip width apart to make sure we've got a good balanced and stable base. And then as a flyer, what we're going to do is from the back, we're going to step next to our partner, placing our hands on the ankles, and then we're going to lift 1 foot at a time, pointed toes, and we're going to place them on either side of the shoulders. Alrighty, so we're going to go down, hands placed on the ankles, 1 foot at a time, bracing into a plank position, angry cat, hips tucked under, holding, 3, 2, and stepping down. Good work, guys. So that is our first position. So you can hold that. If you want, you can swap it over. That one you can base and fly both partners. So
are we trying this?
Let's go. So this time we're going to go shoulders over hands, feet placed hip width, flyer, hand on either ankle, placing 1 foot at a time, pointing the toes. And we're going to hold 3, 2, 1, and down.
Wow!
Make sure you've had a shower prior.
What not to do?
Awesome. Alright, so that's our number 1. Number 2. Excellent. Good work, guys. Plank to square. So we're going to be making a box. Alright, so our bases are going to be on the ground. Yes. We're going to be using our L base. So lying nice and flat. Bases, point your toes and squeeze your legs, making sure your feet are hip width. You want to make sure that these are really tight, because when the flyer goes on top, you don't want to feel like your ankles are being broken in half. So we want to make sure we stay nice and tight. Base is going to put their hands up. We're going to place hands on either ankle, 1 and 2, and then again, 1 at a time, 1 foot into one hand, other foot into the other hand, holding our plank position, staying nice and tight. You might need to adjust your hands. And we're going to push into a square position.
Come.
Squeezing, point toes, and lift up, go.
Yay!
And back down. And
why are we the demo? What not to do? I feel like we should run through all of that again.
That was good.
Okay, fine.
Alright. Stay down. You're going to do that again.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we definitely will. Alright. So, point toes, really tight. Alright, one hand. That's it. 2 hands. Now 1 foot at each. Now keep our shoulders over our hands. That's it. Push tall, belly button pulled in. Angry cat chest. Alright, 3, 2, 1, push. Feet can go hip width. That's it. Not too wide. That's it. And back down.
Okay.
That's it. And then step. Or put both feet down on top of each other.
Try not to crush his thighs.
Now watch the pros.
Alright, so we're going to put 1 hand, 2 hands, 1 hand, and
I feel like we crushed it.
2. Alright, 3, 2, 1, and lift. 3, 2, 1, back down. Keeping your shoulders over your hands is really important. 3, 2, 1, hips up towards the sky, and 3, 2, 1, back down. Now to get out, 1 foot at a time,
Not what we did.
over your partner. So the last one's going to be our bird. So bird is a little bit more of an advanced move, and if you're feeling confident, please feel free to go ahead. If you want to keep a hold of your partner in this exercise, please keep your hands down. If you feel confident enough that you can take your hands off, then we will do that. Now for this exercise, if your base has very unflexible hamstrings, we're going to place a pillow underneath their hips. So but here's something we prepared earlier.
You go, princess.
Alright, so partners want to lie down. Make sure we're nice and comfortable. Alright, the raising of the hips just allows the partner to be able to actually lift their legs to horizontal with the feet flexed, and we want the feet to be able to be nice and flat. If your partner can't get their legs into the position over here, yeah, this makes it very hard for you to be able to counterbalance. So we need to make sure that that's nice and flat. So have a look at your partner first, and then if you need a pillow, oh look at that. Then we need a...
It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Alright, we're bringing ourselves around to the front. So with our partners, what we're going to be doing, feet are going to be placed on the hips. Now you may need to make a few adjustments depending on how tall you are. Bases, we're going to lift up feet. There we go, placing them on our hips. Now you want to grab a hold of your partner's hands, so leaning forward, keeping the body nice and tight. What you're going to do, base is going to bring their knees into their chest and then press up towards the sky. Flyer, stay nice and tight and lift. Hands should be still connected at this point in time. Once the flyer is ready, you then can take your hands away. Bases, keeping the arms up in front of you, just in case your flyer decides to fall. And then once you're ready, we're going to go hands back down, and then the base brings our flyer back to the ground.
We did that one! We laughed the whole way through, but we did it.
That was good, that was good. Next one, feet up.
Is there a different place I can put my feet? Because I'm always used to going like that with women, like a long...
Yeah.
But that's...
I would just go a little bit higher.
Oh,
yeah, that's better, yeah.
in the groin and around his stomach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the guys at centre of gravity is at their shoulders, so you go a little bit higher with it.
Okay. I just felt like I was like, you feel his stomach going like this through me.
Yeah, that's heaps better.
That's really good.
Yeah, okay, that felt.
Yeah, okay.
Go again. Just up, that's it. Slowly and push. Beautiful.
I felt like trusted myself and him better.
Yeah. Alright, the next one we're going to do is, we're going to do, this one's for the base mainly, and it's for the base to really know how heavy their flyer is, so that they can be prepared when they push them up to bird, that they will be able to hold them.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're going to go forearms across. So flyer has forearms across the middle of the feet, and what we're going to do is put one foot up at a time, and I am to lock my feet around the back of his knees, or her knees. And you want to push strong through your shoulders.
Oh my god, we're doing it!
Yes!
You look like the lions.
As the flyer, you got to push really strong.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah? So you got to push up strong through your shoulders, and you put one foot up at a time.
Good.
Yeah.
Wrap the foot behind the knee.
How did we do it last time?
That's it. If you need to, as a base, have your feet a little bit further apart.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to make sure that your feet are hip width. Because if you have your feet too close, it means that there's no stability for you as the base.
Okay.
Whereas if you've got your feet hip
that was
width,
Oh, heaps easier.
yeah, heaps easier.
Are we filming this?
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
Cool. Now we're going to go for high bird again.
Okay.
Yeah? We're going to go full high bird.
Okay.
Cool. No, it's not high bird. Sorry. It's normal bird.
That's squishing the nuts.
Pretty
Is
good.
that where they were before?
Yeah. The hands down, that's it, and gently push.
Straighten your legs, arch your chest.
Lift feet, lift chest up, and once you're confident, you can take your hands away. You want to keep your chest up.
You look so uncomfortable.
No, that was good.
Oh, that, even the pros are doing extra tricks.
10 toes out, 10 toes out.
Arch your toes.
You right there?
Yes! We're doing this!
That's upside down bottom.
Oh.
Whoa!